You didn't admit it to being fucked in that Hollywood executive. You wouldn't fight nobody. You didn't fight them out your ass.
Jeffrey Epstein created this saga, and this is what he is great at doing. He's great at...
Orlando Brown sits high on the list of former teen stars who shocked the world. Who would have thought? Hollywood really dropped the ball with this one. For years, worried fans and sharp internet detectives have tried to figure him out. Did he really lose control, or is there something bigger going on behind the scenes? That question keeps popping up, and here's the wild part. Even with all his chaotic interviews, some of the things he said actually came true. Now, sources claim he's talking again, this time about powerful names allegedly linked to Epstein's Island.
Me the Ushkash Kusmash. You gave me the Ushkash Muaf, the Shmusmash. Daddy. Yeah, son. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You gave me the Ushkash.
If you've been digging into this story for a while, you already know the rumors floating around. Big industry names like Diddy, Jay-Z, Will Smith, and Pusha T have been mentioned online as part of an alleged inner circle that runs deeper than most people can see. These are claims and speculation spreading across the internet, but the chatter won't slow down. Some people believe Hollywood has secrets stacked high, with only a small handful of stars walking around untouched by scandal. The whole situation feels dark, like watching famous names get dragged into controversy one after another. And critics say the ladder of responsibility climbs all the way to the top. Powerful figures people now want answers from. What makes it even more intense is that Orlando Brown has been sounding alarms for years. Back then, many online brushed him off, calling him unstable and out of control. But now, some are looking back with raised eyebrows. About 3 years ago, during his sit-down with Tasha K, he spoke about what he called strange rituals happening in Hollywood, or as he labeled it, H-weird. He described secretive behavior, saying there were rituals that made the old remain youthful, celebrities trading their souls for money, fame, and eternity. That statement alone had the internet buzzing like crazy.
So you have a private little beach full of celebrities and bodies getting screwed, and nobody cares because they're supposed to be dead.
But things really exploded when he started dropping names. Orlando didn't hold back. He doubled down and began listing male rappers and entertainers he claimed to have had personal encounters with, and those clips spread online fast. The internet grabbed hold of every word. He mentioned figures like Drake, Usher, Bow Wow, Nick Cannon, and others, painting a picture of an industry environment he described as secretive and manipulative. He suggested that young entertainers were exposed to inappropriate situations at private gatherings, framed as initiation or favor trading. Those are serious accusations, and none of the people named have confirmed his claims.
Of Hollywood, this wicked world is what they call it. Some people call it Hollyweird. You know,
He went even further when speaking about Nick Cannon. In one heated rant, he made explicit claims about Cannon and later connected that story to why he said he turned down appearing on Wild 'N Out. The comments instantly went viral and sparked major debate. Nick Cannon responded publicly, expressing concern for Orlando's mental health and shutting down the allegations completely, but that response didn't slow the rumors. Orlando kept talking.
I mean, there's a lot of talk about it, you know, on YouTube. You know, we call it the wormhole of YouTube. But to hear you as a child star come out and say that this exists, you know, these people are doing whatever they got to do to stay alive and to ensure that their throne
it's kept.
is kept.
Oh, that's not none of my business. I warn how I warn. When you know you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Okay.
When it came to Bow Wow, he made repeated crude remarks implying there was some kind of past relationship. Bow Wow firmly denied everything and stated that Orlando needed support, not attention. Still, speculation kept pouring in like a flood.
We made love. We made love. That's
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you seen Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
Then Terrence Howard's name entered the storm. Now Terrence has openly talked about an uncomfortable meeting he once had with Diddy. He said he accepted an invitation believing it was about a professional opportunity, possibly coaching. But according to Howard, the situation didn't feel right, and he made it clear in interviews that he stood his ground and left.
So Bow Wow got bomb put.
Yes.
So God damn.
Fuck your whole life up.
That revelation added even more tension to an already chaotic narrative. And then there's Meek Mill, because Orlando didn't skip over him either.
Bro, you smashing a lot of people.
What's that name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's a gusher. And
why you not naming no?
I'm telling you, bro. It's my dad's friends. My dad sicked his baddest friends on me.
When asked if Meek had any connection to Diddy, Orlando wasted no time jumping in with bold claims.
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to.
Online, people pointed to clips, party footage, and photos of them wearing matching outfits as proof that something deeper was happening behind the scenes. That's internet speculation, not confirmed facts. But the chatter was loud.
I feel when you saw this lawsuit that made it seem as if perhaps Diddy and Meek Mill had sex.
I mean, to each their own. And why would they not have sex when they're gay rappers?
Do you think Meek Mill's gay?
We all know he's gay.
Even Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, spoke publicly about moments he witnessed, saying he recorded certain situations when things started looking strange between Meek and Diddy. That only poured more intensity into the conversation.
Everybody kind of knew back in the day that Meek Mills and Puff was a little too friendly.
In more recent interviews, Orlando made even heavier accusations. He claimed that men who were allegedly close to Diddy were dealing with serious health issues, framing it like some twisted badge of entry into an elite circle. Those are extreme allegations, and there is no verified evidence backing them up. Still, the way he said it, calm one moment, explosive the next, kept people locked in. Orlando insisted that these so-called rituals and private encounters were happening right under bright stage lights, hidden in plain sight. He suggested the public was distracted by fame, flashing cameras, and luxury lifestyles. The shocking twist? Many of his statements came years before Cassie filed her lawsuit against Diddy. That timing made some viewers question whether he was exposing something early or just speaking wildly and getting lucky with coincidences. And here's what confuses people even more. There are interviews where Orlando shows up composed, shaved, speaking softly and clearly. In those calmer moments, he warned young people to consider careers outside of Hollywood, calling the industry a dark place. That side of him feels totally different from the viral chaos clips.
One was a young child, 8 years old now, trying to go work for Walt Disney right now. Like literally,
I would literally be like, get your bag. You know what I'm saying? Because it comes to the parent. The parent is the person that has to say, he can go in that quiet room.
Then he even tied in the 2023 Balenciaga controversy, referencing that campaign many critics said featured inappropriate imagery involving minors. He pointed to it as another example of disturbing themes slipping into mainstream fashion. That connection added yet another layer to an already intense storm of allegations and speculation.
A protest at the Balenciaga store in Beverly Hills over the luxury fashion brand's ad campaign that shows kids holding teddy bears dressed in leather bondage gear.
According to Orlando, there was way more happening behind the curtain than what the public ever saw, if you catch the drift. And now, in his version of events, everything somehow circles back to Jeffrey Epstein and that infamous island. Orlando once claimed he was treated like a party favor at elite Hollywood gatherings. Back then, a lot of people brushed it off as wild talk. But now, with renewed public focus on Epstein's past associations, some online are trying to connect those old statements to the bigger picture. To be clear, there is no verified evidence linking Orlando's claims to Epstein's confirmed activities. But that hasn't stopped the internet from drawing its own lines. Then he took it even further. Orlando stated that Jeffrey Epstein is still alive. That claim alone sent social media into a frenzy.
Kidnapping someone, turning them into putting them in a celebrity's body and screwing the life out of them after he makes a ton of money off of their ass on his private little beach. So you have a private little beach full of celebrities and bodies getting screwed, and nobody cares because they're supposed to.
Every time a blurry photo of a bearded man surfaces online, rumors flare up again. Still, officials maintain that Epstein died in custody in 2019, and there has been no credible proof suggesting otherwise. Public reaction is split right down the middle. One commenter wrote, "Orlando's been talking about this for years, and I believe every word he's telling us a lot of truth, but you have to think beyond the impossible to understand what he is saying." Another person added, "People telling the truth sometimes come across as crazy because it's hard to believe the things they say when the truth is jumbled in with confusion."
Do you believe Jeffrey Epstein was...
No, I do believe he's still alive. I do believe that when you have that kind of heat on you, of course you'd still be alive. You wouldn't want to take the heat. And until you find the right person to put the blame on, you're going to stay hiding.
On the flip side, plenty of critics say his claims don't hold up and argue that repeating unproven accusations only spreads more chaos. Either way, Orlando's words keep the spotlight burning hot, and the debate refuses to cool down. Take this comment, for example. "This dude is a sexual deviant himself. What the heck are we talking about?" That's the energy some critics are bringing. Others go even harder, saying Orlando is no victim at all. One person wrote that he got what he deserved, while another compared him to Cassie, claiming he wanted the money and the fame and was willing to do whatever it takes his choice. Those are strong opinions, and they show just how divided people are on this situation. So what's the truth? Is Orlando Brown someone who's been shouting warnings from the rooftops for years, trying to expose what he believes is real? Or are we watching the painful unraveling of a former child star who struggled under the weight of fame? That's the real debate. Nobody can say for sure what's fact, what's exaggeration, and what's coincidence. But when the same powerful names keep popping up in different conversations, people start asking questions. Is it all random chance? Or is there a pattern hiding in plain sight? And if voices like Orlando's, Jaguar Wright's, and others who've spoken out were ignored for years, how many more warnings are slipping past us right now? At the end of the day, this story isn't simple, and it definitely isn't clean. It's layered, emotional, and full of unanswered questions. Now I want to hear from you. Where do you stand on all this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown interesting, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to see it. And stick around for the next one because it gets even deeper.